1 minute, we will be starting our performance. We have our artists here who are working on memory-related art. Bev, do you want to show us what you're working on? You hold it up. Yeah, this is the birthday card. So this is one of the memory-based pieces. Got some for Kyle. Yeah. Some memory related to Kyle there. Rachel, would you like? Here's another one. This is in progress. Memory based. Hello, welcome everyone. We will be starting in just one moment. We are here in Living Studios, which is an art studio program for neurodiverse adults. And our performance will also have a ritual being done at the river just down the street from us that will begin in a few moments. So for now, we're working on some art, and we also invite everyone to take this as a moment to reflect on memory. I will begin by reading the description of our performance, and if it makes you think of anything, or if you have any input, we really welcome all sorts of participation. And if you have any thoughts, please add them to the chat and we will incorporate those. So without further ado, this is Passing By Me, a manifesto and performance ritual. Entering the third year of the COVID Omicron pandemic, we have established a routine in which wearing masks and social distancing have become second nature for many of us. While adapting to changes over the past 2 years, we have begun to transition from Zoomland and other earlier online platforms to various hybrid forms of in-person and digital interactions. The precautionary processes of living during a pandemic has created a new lens with novel ways to reimagine learning outside traditional constraints. Time, once established, is fleeting. It yields the memories of our experience, creating the essential framework for story sharing. Passing By Me is a ritual performance in which we are asked to recall or access memories which are seemingly concrete. A memory is rarely recounted in just the same way as was experienced initially. The passage of time works to alter or rewrite our memories, creating new links which may more readily bind us to and with the cosmic recollections of others. Here we acknowledge the positives of our forgetful nature and dream of the day our minds will restore memory and clarify purpose. Passing By Me is a live ritual performance in which Living Studios artists, who we are here, gathered at the table, Living Studios artists, where did we go? And the public, which is you all gathered here virtually. We are encouraged to participate. All dialogue will be cherished and chronicled via the Everything Mind Hive, after which our shared imperfect reminiscences will be transferred to earthen casings and will be liberated during a brief observance on the banks of the Willamette River, witnessed by a live audience here and you all gathered virtually. So this performance will be starting shortly. And we here at Living Studios have been making memory art on pieces of paper. So we have been reflecting on the fleeting nature of memory and creating these strips. Some of them are written, some of them are more figurative. There's a music fish, for example, that are related to a specific memory. And soon Julie and Bruce will appear down at the river with a basket full of these memories, and they will let the basket go into the river as a ritual. Yeah, I've got one.
Angels.
An angel.
Angel.
Hell's angel.
Angel.
All right, that's a good memory. Yeah, so everyone who's here via Zoom, I welcome you to share memories in the chat if you feel like it, or we've got some poems. So I'll read a poem by one of our artists named Linda Bach. She wrote this poem about memory, which I will now read to you. Could, should, would, food, lend mind. The trees are setting by the bay, and the eagles fly high in the sky and whirl around and around over the water, and the water splashes over the rocks over and over, scaring the birds, and there they disappear, going another way. And the wind sets over the rocks, and there the ocean meets their eye, giving the birds a direct array in sight. And that's by Linda Bach. She's one of our artists. Does anyone else here have a memory that they would like to share? Rachel, can I share what you wrote?
A book was born.
Yes. Nikos has just finished a book of memories.
Wednesday.
Yeah. You want to share one memory from there?
It was a form Pizza Hut was closed.
Okay, he wants to share a memory of when Pizza Hut was closed. You want to find it?
Find it.
So Nikos is going to find an illustration he did of the time when Pizza Hut closed, which was an important memory. And while he's finding that drawing, I will read a writing from Rachel over here. You want to wave hi, Rachel? That's Rachel. You find it?
This place is closed.
Here. All right. So Nikos has drawn Pizza Hut here, which closed. How long ago did it close?
It closed since the day.
Okay. So, and thank you for sharing that with us. Appreciate that. And let's see. I will now read what Rachel has written. It says, "Don't be sad, scared, and afraid of what the world says about you. Let your creative voice roar like a lion." Hi, Misha. So that was Rachel's contribution. We got Misha joining us here. And we're sharing some of the memories that came out of this project that we've been working on here in the studio. To explain a little bit about the studio, it's part of the Cornerstone program, nonprofit. And we did opportunities for development for neurodiverse people. And so we've been working on these memory projects. And the ritual that you're all about to see is the culmination of this project that we have been working on for a while. So actually, Misha, would you like to read this to everyone? Yes.
I like to just show the artwork. It's really lovely.
Okay.
Don't think of autism as a disability. Think of it as a different ability. And this was by Darman.
And there's a video by Dar Man that discusses that.
Oh, lovely.
And Lynn Music contributed that memory.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yes, so Lynn Music is the artist from this program that created this, which we can see here. Don't think of autism as, think of it as. So these are the kind of strips that we put into our memory vessel, which will then be ritually let go of during the ceremony. Not yet. Would you like to read another one?
We found that to be so true.
Does anyone in the audience have a memory that they'd like to share at this time? Feel free to raise your hand or write it in the chat. We would like this to be as open to input as you're interested in giving us. Yeah. Okay, let's go here. All righty. Let's read another poem. I'll actually show you. Here's another memory that someone added. It says WWE star John Cena, rapper and kid with cakes, and a really great superstar wrestler too. So someone has a really wonderful memory of maybe watching John Cena, which is great. One of our artists. And now I will read a poem written by Linda Bach as a memory for Jerry Lewis in the telephone muscular dystrophy. All right, here we go. None stand so straight. Can you read that to them? Yeah. Steady, nice and steady. Yep.
Oh, good. It's a precious.
Yeah, great.
So every,
Yeah, go.
as Angel said, very afraid. I've been in good news, good joy, in front of baby Jesus, rapping, pregnant, and major.
Oh, that's beautiful.
What also has Angel.
Angels, I know. Angels are very important with Beverly.
Good to be married this year.
Oh, that's lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah, talk to it.
Thank you for sharing.
I can't wait.
Thanks, Julia.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's over.
Jenny, could you get me just some paper? And then, so right now, Bruce Burris, Julie Souther, and some more of the artists from this program are setting up down at the riverfront, the Willamette Riverfront. They're setting up the second part of the performance, which is a ritual in which they will be letting the memories go, which have been manifested on these strips of paper as a ritual of letting go of memories. Does anyone have any questions about this this project? All right, well, let's see, what else can we share? I'll continue to share some. Here's another memory. Thanks, Julie. This one says, Hydreios flies throughout the imaginational Earth's forest. Chasing down groups of kidnappers, he knows the forests have other monsters and cryptids that live here. You can see written out here, one by Rachel, one of our artists over there. And Rachel shared with me before we started the Zoom that she's making a picture combining the memories of the first time she saw snow with memories of watching Digimon with her brothers. Is that right? So that's what she's working on over there. She does some really wonderful drawings. Rachel, could we show your drawing to the people? Could you go grab it? So we'll show you one of them. Right. We got Bruce coming on.
And we're gonna.
Here comes Bruce. There's Bruce. We're gonna spotlight Bruce as well. Hello, Bruce.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes? All right, let's see if we can switch this. Okay.
Right. Welcome. Wow. Oh, who we got down there? Oh, we got some music for you guys. We are here at Willamette Park at the boat ramp. As you can see, we got a boat fisherman, by the looks of it, on the river, which is great. You can also participate in our performance ritual here. And we started off with some music to get you guys going with this. And yeah, here are some of our artists. We're gonna come deep. We're gonna really into our performance here. Here, playing on a handmade guitar, let's say. We decorated it. We added some cardboard, right? Cardboard boxes. We decorated it with the colorful rubber bands. All her idea. I only assisted. We got Laura here with a shaker, handmade shaker. We also decorated with these colorful colors. Blues, greens, yellows, red. And we have Greg over here, our photographer. Oh, yeah. And he leading us in the music. She's great.
Julia Bradshaw says the instruments look great.
Thank you, Julia.
She would know.
Yes, and we have this separate little platform here. This is our boat of memories. And so me and some of our artists here will be taking them up, looking at them, right? How beautiful they are. Done with all of our artists over the course of a couple of weeks to prepare for this cool event. And so we got a whole bunch of parts, music notes, right here. Well, as some other written portions that will be, I'm sure you've heard Eileen talk about it before you guys heard us jump in here. For instance, we got this one. And one of our artists who is there in Cornerstone. Well, we are here at the riverfront. And so this is one of her characters. She calls them guardians. She loves fantasy writing. Sometimes she does these drawings of them too. They're very big, like life size, very impressive. And so this one is Experian, 8th guardian of the imaginational earth. All of them protected, unique royal offspring of the northern royal families from evil. So you all can think of what that really means to you, right? Since you don't really know our artist, Rachel, who made this. If you have any questions, or if you want to interpret in a different way than maybe we know, since we have been seen a lot of Rachel's work, being familiar with it. If you have questions, go right ahead and put them in the chat for us so you can enjoy our music in the background, as well as us making and talking about artwork, discussing all these cool art endeavors we're doing today. And just to refamiliarize yourself with Cornerstone Living Studios. We are a nonprofit organization that hosts these really great, enriching experiences and activities. And we're super glad to be a part of Soundbox 5 this year. And so for this one, we are talking about memories, what that means, how that can be interpreted from the time a memory was made, such as writing, drawing, right? Drawing, the time that was made and finished, and then thinking about that same memory, how it gets jumbled and mismatched as time goes on. And so at the end of this performance of looking through these really great artworks, readings, we're gonna put them back in our basket here. We're gonna put it off to the water for it to float or sink, wherever it may choose to do. And then we'll see what happens with them. See if other random strangers may pick them up, read them, whatever happens. We let nature take its course. And so, Laura, would you like to pick the next one for us to look at? You guys don't know, Laura is really good at drawing things. And she also has been adding some descriptions to her artwork, which is really interesting to see how she describes these creatures, these animals, these people that she draws. So, yeah, all right. Show everyone, turn it around. We got some more text here. She believed she could, so she did. Yeah. Another one? Okay. Oh, Laura, is this yours? Yeah. All right, this is Laura's. It's pretty great. It says sound bites. You guys can see here, which is terrific. This is Soundbox, right? Okay, we have this creature here. He's smiling, his big yellow teeth. He has a pink tongue out and a music note attached to it. Maybe it's a tattoo. I don't know. Maybe it's singing, and that's what it looks like. Music and sound visually. So, yeah, let's keep going. All right. I wrote this out for one of our new artists that came in this week, Lauren. And so he was telling me his process. He wasn't keen on writing it down, so I wrote it out for him as he talked about it. So when he works with his artwork, he starts out with a pencil pattern drawing, he calls it, on drafting paper. It then transforms it to Strathmore paper, which then is using transfer paper from that section into what he calls a colored pencil painting, which is very interesting. Then I wrote some other things. He had a really interesting idea that the things he likes to draw and think about is origins of plants and animals together. He likes to think of things from one region and like put them into like a drawing. That's how he thinks. He doesn't like to have something like Oregon from South Africa. He likes things central in one place as a grouping together. So I thought was very interesting. And so that's a couple of things I got from him, his ideas with art making, which is really fantastic.
You want to draw one more?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Put it up, Laura. Great. Great. You want to give us some more music? Oh, yeah. There you go, guys. Perfect. We have this one is by Nikos. He is there in person. You may or may not have seen him in our studio. And so he is describing Walmart. He loves drawing superstores, food stores, restaurants. And so this is a person getting some groceries. And then I believe these are shopping carts down here at the bottom here. So he's very articulate with the things he likes to draw and like kind of like as a narrative, right? You can imagine yourself in this scene because we've all been to the grocery store, how that process goes. Picking out the food, put them in your cart, and then purchasing them in your cart back.
All right, and Nikos is is up there at the big table, and that it's working right now.
Awesome.
Pretty cool.
Let's go.
So I think this might be a good time we could get
Yes.
Oh.
Lynn in.
Yes, Lynn. Lynn has prepared us a special meeting today to go with before we send off our basket or boat of these memories.
I need some help on this. Right?
Sure. Okay.
So, there
Yeah.
you go.
No.
Here goes nothing. Stop speaking. Stop speaking.
Pleasures.
Pressures.
Satisfied.
Solidify your natural wants. Break clean from
Ambition.
ambition. Escape from the urge to prove to be like a kid, and salvation will come of itself.
Woo!
Very nice.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lynn.
All right.
All right. I think it's time for us to set our basket. This is part of the process. Things coming out, dropping from our basket. Now we're going to take it down here by the riverbed. We're going to see where our messages, memories will go from here. All very colorful, different types of materials being used, construction paper. Yeah. You can see the wind is already wanting to pick them up. And then I'm gonna let them go. You can see it is moving. They're coming back to us. They are gliding on the water's surface. We'll see where it will take us, where they will land next. Will they submerge? Will they keep going in the river? Will the ink come off the page by the absorption of the water? We do not know.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Thank you all for joining us. That concludes our performance for this edition of Soundbox. We really appreciate you being here, and we hope you have enjoyed the piece and have maybe had a moment to think about memories.
What they going to do?
All right.
What they going to do?
Okay, yeah. So we'll sign off now and have a wonderful rest of your day.